It's another Maker Advent, and it is the Cheap Temu Tools Day. The special day in the Advent where we talk about cheap tools from Temu. So, let's get straight into it. Some stuff is self-explanatory, but, you know, I have to explain it, otherwise this video is pretty much useless. Let's crack on. Banana for Scale back once again, thank you very much. We have a POI, PQY, I'm not too sure, branded chip lifter. Why do you need a chip lifter? Well, to lift chips. So you get something like an Arduino. So let me just get my Arduino out of the drawer. Okay, let's just quantify why Arduino exists. This is my first Arduino, bought for me by Mrs. P, I think in 2010, 2009, something, no, 2010. Yeah, because before that it's the the one I never can pronounce. And it's got the 80 Omega chip on it here, so should I break that chip or get something else, and spoiler, I have got something else to go in there, I need to take that chip out. And I can use a chip lifter, and I've got one knocking around somewhere, which is one of the yellow ones, plastic yellow ones that clips on and you pull it out. I've also got one from a 1970s electronics magazine given to me by Mrs. P's uncle, who's sadly no longer with us. He was the original OG hacker of electronics. Really, I just put this underneath the chip and hopefully not break it. That was simple. Now it's not so simple, so I can't get the bit underneath it. There we go. This is riveting YouTube content, isn't it? Man removes chip from socket. 2 million views. Probably lucky if I get 2 views, but I'm happy, don't worry. There you go. The chip is out. And then you put it in the wrong way and it blows up. Done that before. I have got spares of these. That was, I think, a couple of quid. I needed it because I wanted a chip lifter. I really wanted a Weaver chip lifter, but I wasn't going to pay £10 because I'm cheap. And this does the same job. Anyway, it works. So yeah, so there's that. Spudger. Yeah, thin piece of metal that you use to get inside objects and open them up. We all know this. I needed one which was easy to grip. I've got one of the Isis Armo clones. That's Big Clive uses the proper Isis Armo. When I got one of the clones, and it just felt too flexible, if you get me. It was just too easy to bend, it felt. So I got this, and so far it's been alright. I've used it to open a couple of things. But again, a couple of quid on Temu. It's cheap, but it works. It's also got a bit of flex to it, but I've not broken it yet. There is time. Now here's some interesting tools I picked up. So you all probably know if you've watched these videos for a long time, and thank you if you have, that I like the Wago connections, those clipping connections that you can handle mains voltage. They're really cool. I thought, is there something that you could use for like multimeters or for my desktop power supply so I can clamp in wires and not mess around, like say a banana plug adapter to that? Yep. Again, the theme here is it's a couple of quid on Temu. It all adds up and get to the end, I'll tell you that. These plug into your device of choice. So here is my Unity UT58C multimeter. Again, Mrs. P bought me this for Christmas many years ago. It's been blinding, really good. Tough as old boots, but spoiler again, we have a new multimeter to review very soon. So let's put it in common. There you go. Let's put that in that one, I think it is. So now, instead of using the probes, I can just put in wire. And boop, there you go, clamp. I can take readings. I can even stuff more wire in there if I wanted to. I thought that was really cool, and it works on my desktop power supply. I'll insert a shot of that so you can see how it works in desktop power supply as well. But for a couple of quid, I thought, why not? It could come in really handy, and doesn't take up a lot of space, and it ain't too heavy. That's not a cheap Temu tool. That was from Maplin. RIP. Another cheap Temu tool, which I haven't got to hand just yet, but let me reach over, is an anti-static wrist strap to save your precious PC parts from blowing up with static electricity, which, touch wood, and this is IKEA desk, so touch wood approximation, hasn't happened yet. Stick this on yourself, stick that on something that's grounded, usually a radiator, or if you've got one of those fancy desk mats that are grounded, one of those. and you can then work on electronics without the fear of destroying your electronics. He says wearing a Greg's acrylic jumper, which will probably kill all electronics. Again, a couple of quid on Temu. Anything else that we have here to talk about? Let's just go through the pile of stuff. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Hang on, that's Superman. Is it a pen? No, it's not a pen. This would be a really bad pen to use if you're taking a note when you're on the phone. And I got a load of these, again, from Temu for a couple of quid. There's more of that in there somewhere, but anyway, there's 4 to hand. These are not pens. These are something I had to tell Temu that I was over 18 to purchase, because they are tiny little craft knives. There you go. Teeny tiny little knives that don't have snap off blades, so when it goes dull, it goes dull. But anyway, these are crafting knives, so when you're doing some intricate craft work with paper or card, you can cut around just like you're holding a pen. How cool is that? And yes, they are freaking sharp. Ask me how I know. Got a pack of these, again, couple of quids. Yeah, you know the drill. I thought, why not? In fact, there was more of these. I gave some away to one of Mrs. P's friends who's a crafter. But yeah, Temu tools. Done and dusted. So, we've got another day of Temu tools to come, the Temu electronics. So I've got more stuff. This is just like the random hand tool selection I like to pick up every so often. So that's it. See you later.